Now, I don't want you guys to misunderstand me. I love Pokemon. It's my favorite series of all time. I owe most of my life and inspiration to Pokemon. However, I do not believe there will be a direct for Pokemon this year. Not at all. No, 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 no. It's not happening. Now, across the few weeks, or about this past month you could say, we've been getting all these talks about a new Pokemon game, all these supposed leaks about a new Pokemon game. And I guess the first thing I want to talk about is on April Fool's Day, when somebody made a fake image saying Pokemon Direct on like April 3rd. Why did any of you believe that? What is wrong with you people? The color was red when Pokemon Directs used blue, except for that one time they did it in a Pokemon X and Y Direct, which was red and blue. But they still use blue for most of them. Well, they still use blue for all of them other than that one. The font was wrong. If you look on the freaking date, it's so wrong. Like, how do people believe that? Like, it's April Fool's Day. What did you think would happen? Why did you think that was serious? It's April Fool's. The only time we ever had a direct on April Fool's was when they announced it beforehand. And they said, this is not a joke. They didn't announce it on the day of April Fool's. Are you crazy? Nintendo would definitely not do that. They know we hate them. Now, with this other stuff about this image going around of this little Nintendo Switch ad or whatever it is. If you believe this, look at the logos. They have the exact same text. I can't read what it says, but it has the exact same text. Literally nothing's different. The logo, like the part of the logo is different, the color and stuff, but it's like, why would they be named the same thing if they're two different games? Are you crazy? Like, we didn't call Pokémon Tournament from Wii U going to Switch still Pokémon Tournament. We called it Pokémon Tournament DX. It's a different thing. Now, like I said, I'm all for a direct happening. I have nothing against a direct, but we need to realize that with every Pokemon Direct, there has been a time span, except for the X and Y one, where we didn't get news. Now, a Pokemon game has never been announced at E3, except the fact that they were working on one, which was last year. And they said it would take a little bit more than a year to make it, or for it to be here.
I have one more announcement. Game Freak has begun developing a core RPG Pokemon title on Nintendo Switch. It may not release for more than a year, but we hope you'll look forward to it all the same. In the meantime, let's enjoy this year's E3.
It's not June yet, so why would they announce that yet if they say it's going to take a little more than a year? We would probably hear something around that year mark, but I don't think we would hear anything before it, because then even then, when they announce it, they wouldn't have that much time to market it. Now, with X and Y, they announced it in January with a direct, and then in February we got news. But if you go back and look at the X and Y trailers, those trailers are horrendous in terms of editing. Like, I think that might have been like the first time, because that's the first time they ever did a worldwide thing. So I guess for the Pokemon company in America, or it's called Pokemon Company International, but for the workers that were in America, I guess they really didn't know how to handle when new information comes out and trying to give it to both parties, both Japan and America at the same time. And that America just got the really bad end of the stick in terms of editing the videos. Because if you see that Sylveon trailer, it's just the sound effects and there's no audio in it at all. It's just very weird. But with Sun and Moon, we got an announcement, and then we got an announcement in February. We didn't hear anything about that until May 10th. That's about 3 months. With Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we heard about that in June. We got news in August. That's 2 months. I think they're trying to avoid the accidents that they had with X and Y, in order to really prepare that they have information for the American audience, so that we're actually able to understand what the heck is going on, what is this and stuff. So we have loads of information to rely on, and that can serve us while we're waiting for the game to come out. Which is why they kind of did announcements for Sun and Moon or Ultra Sun and Moon. Like, I think Ultra Sun and Moon was every 2 weeks or every month, or it might have been every 3 weeks as well. But that might as well just be a month. So yeah, it's really like there's a structure to how they want to deliver content towards us. Why would we have a direct now and then they have to wait even longer? Because if we have a direct now, let's say if we have a direct in April, right? That means that they would have to market it again with more trailers and stuff during E3, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. And then they would keep going. That's possible. However, they said it would take more than a year for this game to come out, which means that based on that announcement, if they're still in like the early stages of development at that time, or if they didn't even start fully on development yet, kind of like how when Metro Prime 4 got announced, it was just now in development. We don't know how long it's been in development. So, and we've never really got a confirmation before that, hey, a new Pokemon game is in development. So I think the fact that we're not hearing anything about this, say we're not hearing anything about Metro Prime 4, say we're not hearing anything about Bayonetta 3, either they're waiting for E3, or they're really trying to say that, hey, it's not ready yet. Because Pokemon has never announced a game at E3, never. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire was announced like on Facebook and YouTube, but like before E3 happened. It's gonna take some time before we hear anything about what Pokemon Switch ends up being. Is it possible we could get a direct? Yes, there was a recent Pokemon Rumble trademark that was filed. It could be possible that we get a Pokemon Rumble game for Switch while also hearing small details. And I very emphasize the word small. I want to emphasize that. Small. We might only get like a title, a logo, and that's it. That could be all we get. And then I do believe that if that's gonna happen, the game is able to come out this year if they do a Pokemon Direct. But I still strongly believe that 2019 will be the year of the next Pokemon game. And if you see any other leaks, if you see any other videos or posts, rumors saying that a Direct is happening, do not believe it right away. We say take things with a grain of salt for a reason. It's because anybody can lie to you. Anybody can make a fake leak. And if you fall for a fake leak that is so obvious, you're an idiot.